All right.
Good morning, I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and I'm going to be doing several things today. And on the stove, I know it's kind of early in the morning, but I want to get an early start. I've got some quinoa cooking right here, and it's we use it instead of rice. It's an organic quinoa, and I get it at Aldi's. It's from Simple Nature, and we absolutely love it. And we like it better than we do rice. And the way you cook it like rice. It's twice as much liquid or water as it is your quinoa. So I had 2 cups of water in here. If I had had chicken broth or beef broth, I would have cooked it in that, or vegetable broth. But I didn't this morning. So, and it's ready. So I'm fixing to turn it off. I have cooked it 15 minutes. And I put a little bit of salt and a little bit of butter in it. And back here, I've got some carrots that I'm going to honey glaze. So I'm just getting them tender. And a little bit later, I'm going to do some pepper steak, and we're going to have our quinoa with our pepper steak. We'll probably do that for supper. But for lunch, I had a few pieces of chicken in the refrigerator, so I'm just going to fry it. And I'm doing my carrots to go with that. And I've got some green beans and some salad in the refrigerator that we will eat with our chicken for lunch. So on my chicken, I went ahead and seasoned it. All this on it is seasoned salt. I sprinkle seasoned salt on it. And on this, because we like a little spicy, I put a little Louisiana hot sauce on it and buttermilk. So if you can see, it's soaking in buttermilk and Louisiana hot sauce. Honey, if you get close, you can see the little orange right there.
The hot sauce.
The hot sauce, that's what that is. And I hope it didn't get it too spicy, but I don't think so. What I do when I buy big breasts, like this is bone in, I will cut a lot of the meat off of it, and I will make chicken tenders, chicken strips, things like that. But we love it on the bone, so I always leave enough to have just a little bit on that bone, and that's how Roy and I like it. Now this is a pulley bone. I cut this off of a big breast right here. And if you don't know what a pulley bone is, it's the top part of the breast, 2 bones. A lot of people call it wishbone. And it's where on the breast, the 2 bones come together. Well, I go up under those bones, and this was a big chicken, so I had a big pulley bone. And people used to, a long time ago when I was a child, whoever got the pulley bone, one took one end of the bone, one took the other, and you broke it, and one got a short end, one got a long end. And I forget whether the short end or
The long end won.
The long end, what was it, honey?
Well, good things going to happen, or you would decide something. You know,
Yeah,
who rode the bicycle first?
Yeah, who got the short end, who got the long end. And so I haven't heard that because people don't use bone-in chicken much anymore, and they surely don't cut their own chicken up. Well, some of you do. I do, and some of you out there do, but most don't. They buy it already cut up in the store. They get the chicken breast or the chicken tenders. So,
how about telling people when we talk about we want pepper seasoning, but we don't want it too hot, what are exactly we're talking about for us?
Okay, remind me.
All right, I'll remind you that when you always say, I want to taste the pepper in my mouth, but when I swallow, I don't want to feel it anymore.
That's just your cayenne pepper.
Well, it would be the same with any kind of...
With any kind of pepper, yeah, but you have to learn what you like for your taste, what your family likes, and once you learn that amount, then you know exactly how much to put on your food from then on. But like the cayenne pepper, the powdered pepper, I know just about how much to shake to put on my food. And the Louisiana hot sauce, I'm hoping I didn't get this too. It was the end of the bottle. And I had put just a teeny bit of water in it to get all the goodie out of it. So I emptied my bottle in here. I don't think it's going to be too spicy. Now, I'm doing something different this morning. I'm frying my chicken in lard.
You mean as pork lard?
Lard, yep. It's a 4-pound bucket of lard. And as we have, let me wash my hands. As we have learned in past couple of years, few years, lard is better for you than your canola oil, your safflower oil, all of these oils.
Processed oils.
Processed oils. And so this is pure. This comes from Tifton, Georgia. It hasn't been processed. It hasn't been, they've just taken it, and I'm getting my grease too hot. And they rendered the fat down, and that's what this is. This is virgin lard right here. So, and I've got gluten-free flour. So I'm just gonna coat my chicken really well and hoping my grease is not too hot. It's smoking, so I've not cooked with lard in 100 years. So I'm not sure about the temperature of it, but I figure it works just like everything else.
But now processed lard has the same process problems as all oil, so we don't use the processed oil, the processed lard.
Right.
They put a lot of preservatives in it to keep it from spoiling or tasting rancid when it's stored. They do that with oils and with lard. But this is just lard that's been heated and packed, and it's, like she says, it's good stuff. It's healthy for you.
All right. I was hoping I'd get them all in there. In fact, I think my carrots are getting tender. So I'm hoping that we're really going to be satisfied with this. This is the first time I have used it. Roy, we got it from a meat market, Peacock's, right up the road. Y'all have heard me talk about Peacock's meat market. It's about a mile up the road, and he has the lard. So Roy came back with a 4-pound bucket the other day. So this is the first time I've used it. So we're going to try it out. I'm got to wash my hands. I'll come back when I turn my chicken, and I'll show you how I'm going to glaze my carrots. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right, I put a lid on my chicken because I just wanted it to get really tender. So I'm fixing to, ooh, that's pretty. Wow. So far, I like it. I'm going to put the lid back on it, and I'm going to turn it down to 5, which is medium on my stove. And my carrots are tender back here. And I just take a knife, and I just kind of pierce them like that. And they're real tender. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of butter. I put a little bit in them when that's about probably 2 tablespoons. I put a little bit in them whenever I put them on to cook because I wanted them to cook in that butter some. And I've got them on 4, which is medium low on my stove. Okay, now I am fixing to, ooh, that's a bunch of honey. Put some honey. That's a good tablespoon and a half. You put a little bit more. And I found out the other day you can get sugar-free honey. But this is honey that came out of our bees. So, and it's a natural sweetener, so I do honey every once in a while. Not every day, but I do use honey every once in a while. So, and I did put a little salt on these. I'm not going to put any other sweetener. It's just going to have the butter and the honey. So I'm going to put the lid back on it, and I'm going to let it let those carrots glaze. I'm going to let my chicken finish cooking, and I turn my chicken on like 12 minutes because most of it is thin. Usually I would fry my chicken 15 minutes, but this I've done 12 minutes. So it's got 5 minutes. My carrots will be ready in about 3 or 4 minutes. So my quinoa is ready. And I want to show you what it looks like. I'm going to use the same one I use with my carrots. That's what it looks like, and it is absolutely delicious. And I put a teaspoon of salt in it and some butter whenever I put it in my water before I put my quinoa in. So, give me 5 minutes, and I'm going to come back and show you what this looks like.
What's happening, Grandmama?
Okay. I have taken up my 2 thinner pieces, and I had to cook this one a little bit longer.
They're over here in the tray, aren't they?
Oh yeah. This is some beautiful chicken right here. Now, my carrots are ready, and I'm going to put them in my little acorn right here. Because y'all know I like pretty food and pretty dishes. And that's my honey glazed butter and honey glazed carrots right there. This is my chicken that I fried in lard. And this is some stir-fried green beans, and it's Roma beans that we got out of the garden this past year, and I froze them and I stir-fried them a couple of days ago, and we like them with this little char on them like that.
Roma 2 is what they are called,
They're
and
called
I highly
Roma
recommend
2s.
them for your spring garden. Roma 2.
They're kind of like, they look kind of like a Italian green bean. But I'm not fond of Italian green beans, but let me tell you, I love these. They're so good.
These are bush beans. They're not pole beans. I don't know if you can get Roma 2s in pole beans or not.
I don't know either. But we had enough. We only had 2 short rows. We had enough to put a couple of bags, well, about 5 bags in the freezer. And this is one of them.
But they have the best flavor of any bean to me.
And this is my chicken that I cooked in lard. And it looks absolutely delicious. So, in a little bit, this is going to be mine and Roy's lunch. And later, I'm going to do some pepper steak, and I'm going to use my quinoa for that. We're going to eat it with pepper steak. So, thank y'all for joining me, and I'm going to come back later, show you how to do my pepper steak. And this is going to be delicious. Love y'all. Subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and I'll see y'all in a little bit.